dark.
You're big. I'm small. I'm in your father's man cave, and it is not fun.
Why?
Because my internet's not working downstairs.
Oh.
And so, I didn't want to disappoint our tens and tens of viewers by having
zero.
Our zeros and zeros of viewers. Well, I'm hoping if Tucker Carlson is now not in the 8:00 slot, that we could go over as long as we want.
We're not on the 8:00. Oh.
All right. So
that's the night I have a dinner.
Oh, okay.
We'll just start doing that next week.
Well, welcome everyone. You've reached the right stuff. I'm Leticia.
I'm Jen.
And we're here to entertain you for the next hour and sometimes more minutes. Let's see who we've got joining us tonight. Francine's with us. Hi, Francine. Delaware. Francine, I was in Delaware. I had to drive through Delaware the other day coming back from South Carolina. And man, oh man, the road system there was crazy. I couldn't get over. I was going around in circles and I got nowhere. And I was starting to think.
You normally do. I don't think it's the roads. Remember when we wound up in Delaware because I fell asleep?
Yes, I do. Delaware seems to be a state that I get lost in often. Hello, OG Lucille Chavone. So, at any rate, I'm thinking that the road system is very much like their former senator and their most famous child, Mr. Biden. So, what'd you do this week, Jen?
I worked. What'd I do? It's Tuesday. Nothing.
Okay. So from last Tuesday to this Tuesday.
I saw you.
That's right. You did see me. That was fun. And what did we do?
We went to christening and we got drunk. And then we went to our cousin's house and we got drunk.
And we went to an after party and we got drunk. But anyway.
We went to an after party.
The after party after the
I said we went to the shower, then we went to my cousin's.
Okay.
I thought we did something else and I was really drunk. I was
like, well, it's time for the right stuff, Jen.
Who the hell cares?
That's a liberal.
It's like saying, would you rather have wine or water?
Wine, a half inch means a lot sometimes.
Nobody likes to eat crow. Right.
Now I'm starving.
How much is the economy today? It's that much.
This pumpkin latte sucks and I want to speak to your manager.
Objection, hearsay. Objection, leading. Objection, hearsay.
Where is that woman when Biden speaks?
Out of here. His name is pronounced Joni. And that's the end of it.
Your favorite part of the show, Jen.
Yes.
And here she is. You don't even have to call her. It's Grandma Jo.
Hello, Grandma. She remembered.
Live from Myrtle Beach. And Debbie's with us. And Debbie is our audience comedian. She's like she's the one that gets the audience going.
Yes, where's Peter? The bad Peter.
Yeah, where's Peter? We need Peter. Well, anyway, today's called Life Fails. And we're going to start our Fauci Award with the math team the American math team that beat the Chinese math team. For the first time in years, our American math team beat the Chinese math team.
The Fauci Award for Gullible People.
Only in America. This is the American team that beat the Chinese team. I can't unmute you. I don't know why. Anyway.
I said it's sort of like the lady boys that beat the boys or ladies.
Yeah, the lady boys. Debbie's looking for Peter too. And we have Bobby Dutcher with us tonight Fantastic. Good to see you, Bobby. Oh, thank you, Mom. Dominic
Senatiempo.
Senatiempo. Okay.
Senatiempo.
So the American are Chinese. Yes, only in America, right? They identify as Americans. Well, only in America because we have all of those American hyphen cultures. You wouldn't get that in other countries. Only here, the horrible, terrible place that oppresses minorities and oppresses everyone. Our math team is made up totally of Chinese Americans.
I was on the math team.
You were.
You don't remember?
I said you were. That was when they were using an abacus. Sorry.
Right,
Jen got it right. Lol. Hello. Hope you're both well. Hello. Good. Jennifer is better at Italian than I am. Are they from Staten Island Tech? No, they're not. We must be racist. We're definitely, of course, we're horrible. Ralph is with us tonight. How are you, Ralph? So it's called Life Fails because, these are kind of the things that people put themselves out there and screw up royally. We're going to talk a little bit about how Fox screwed up royally with Tucker Carlson in a minute. But watch this young lady who is telling everybody to leave America because, watch.
I'm really about to show y'all why we need to move out of America. Look at this. They're selling lion chops. They're taking exotic animals and cutting them up and putting them in our local grocery stores. Look, I'm in Safeway. They're putting lion meat in the fucking grocery stores. Lion meat.
Well, that's why your mother needs to be slapped.
I don't have my bell because I'm in Daddy's man cave, so we'll beat the drum. Lion meat. We're selling. Uh-oh, Jen, where'd you go?
You keep freezing.
I keep freezing. It's me.
This is the third time. I can't carry the show of all 5 people on my own.
Hi, Colleen. Okay, yep. You'll read Ralph's very long saga right there. Ugh. So leave is right. Oh my God, I'm dying, right? I mean, come on. Really? Veal loin chops.
Maybe she's dyslexic.
They should have the Dumb Olympics. If they have it, the Dumb Olympics, all the American kids can be in that. Damn lion, yeah, really. Ladies and gentlemen, that's education system failure in action. Absolutely. I mean, she was so incensed about it that we could sell exotic animals in Safeway of all places. Not safe for the lions. Well, I mean, personally, I'm a little incensed. I know a lot of people like veal, but I think
I love veal.
I think veal is cruel. Yeah, but it's.
But you'll eat lamb. Wait, no, veal's a baby cow. Never mind.
Yeah, veal's a baby cow, and I don't eat lamb either. But that's besides the point.
But you eat cow.
I eat cow. I do. I just think
They're gonna get killed and slaughtered sooner or later.
Yeah. I
let it be before they have memories.
Hey, John Curley's with us. John, everybody go out and buy John's book. Absolutely fantastic. I get first dibs at reading them and doing a little editing sometimes. So you got to get out there and read John's book.
The girl that you just saw will not be doing editing.
On anything.
Zero in life.
But this one is an oldie but goodie. This is Roy Innes and Al Sharpton back in the day. I thought you all would like this. I consider this a life fail.
One of the... Now please zip it. We're going to let everyone talk tonight. And that's what the loudmouths are for. Let these guys talk first. Go ahead.
I'm one of the few non-bigoted black leaders run, I would say. Let me state now, let's deal with the facts. Let's go to the record. Tonight, we want to deal with the records and the facts.
Please do it.
On this program, your program, You heard me. You have me on tape defending this man. Recently, even after the shenanigans with him and the other
That's
soldiers.
a lot of crap.
No, no, brother, you have your time.
That's a lot of crap.
Brother,
and I got
brother,
it.
no,
And I got it.
hell no.
I got it.
Oh, hell no.
I got it.
That's all. Your mother and him. She's getting furious. Josh, you have no idea. Someone misread your comment, and now you have them like you.
Oh, wait. So hold on. Where are we? I'm lost. Listening to Young, The Shower, by the way. No, you can't have pics. Oh, listen to us in the shower. Okay. TMI, but okay. They say plants suffer pain too. So please. Okay. I got it. I'll be, okay. Tommy Barlotta is going to join us in a minute. Lion chops versus loin chops. Keep eating lamb and veal. There we go.
How are you skipping over? Oh, there you go.
Joshua, why say something like that? I guess you haven't watched their show long enough. Oh, no, he's watched from the beginning.
He wasn't calling us racist. He was saying like, yeah, you guys are racist.
Yeah.
Like, look at this.
Ralph likes to expand, and so sometimes the comments they get confusing. Roy Ennis was my friend. Yes, he was an okay guy.
There's Maria. See, everyone that I invited, because I actually did something to promote this. Maria, my neighbor's here, Munchie's mom.
Hi, Maria Lupo. Amen. Yep. Let's see. My prior post wasn't meaning us liberals in general. He was talking about. Now that's comedy. I mean, but did you see how quickly Al Sharpton managed to bounce back onto his feet? That was pretty good for a big man like that. Oh, come on. Oh, well. At any rate, I thought that was a decent life fail. And but getting back to the loin chops and the versus lion chops, the education system. This girl was clearly graduated out of high school. I mean, she's older than high school.
Well, she had a neck tattoo, so
yeah. But how are we letting that happen? I mean, she did a whole video on it. She had to be looking at it, and she was just misreading that whole thing, and she was incensed and outraged, at it enough to make a video. And that video went out to how many people, and how many actually. This is a good reason to leave America. Lion chops and Safeway is a good reason to leave America.
You can't even find the bus because you can't spell bus stop, girl. So
why is white people the only that are racist? Because we're the majority. So if you're not in the majority, you can't be racist. Now in China, the Chinese people could be racist against white, which they are, and blacks and anything else. And in Venezuela, the Spanish people, the Venezuelans can be racist against those people. So whoever the majority is can be racist.
Nobody should be racist.
Nobody should be racist. Is that girl working for the Biden administration? Probably. Food and Drug Administration.
That's where she's going to work.
Lions Lives Matter. Oh, I can't with this audience. I'm the Ma Lion. Yes, you are. Yes, you are, Ma. Okay, so let's see. All right, here's a fail for you. In the UK, a group of young people were protesting, and they were protesting the drilling of oil. So watch.
What are they achieving?
Well, what they're saying is they want maximum disruption to stop the government extracting oil and gas.
Yeah, but that's cooking oil.
So they blocked the tanker, bulk cooking. Fail. Okay, let's everybody get together. We're going to protest today. We're going to protest going out there protesting the drilling of cooking oil.
They must be friends with Lion Girls.
Yeah.
They graduated from the same class.
At least it was the UK this time.
Well, they left America when when they heard about lion burgers. So they left. They went there. They put something else to be angry about.
Stop drilling for olive oil. I can't.
All of lives matter.
I can't. I don't understand what's going on with young people. I can't.
Pot is going on. Pot.
Oh my God, the poor boy. Well, you said it before, Dominic. Plants have feelings too. Oh my God. Oh, I can't. So
you don't even need to have a teaching degree to be teaching yet. You don't have to pass your tests, because I know plenty of teachers that don't. They keep failing. You're allowed to teach because they fired the rest of them for not getting the vaccine.
Oh my gosh.
Soon the janitor is going to be teaching. Well, not that there's anything wrong with being a janitor, but that's what's going to happen.
Well, you know what? Honestly, if the janitors were teaching, the kids would probably learn some decent life skills, because they don't have any life skills. You know, we had a whole conversation about how on my Facebook page I posted that, you know, photo of the American math team, you know, being all Chinese. And you know, the thing is, why are the Chinese youngsters so good in math? Because their parents
5 days a week.
but they're in America, right? So they're in our education system, right? They're subjected to the same dumbing down of the education system as our kids.
General education, which actually has legitimate teachers.
Well, but it's because of their parents.
Of course,
it all comes down to their parents. You know, it's their parents that are the ones that are hovering over them and making sure they do their work. I mean, and the Asian culture, Asian, Nigerian, Persian, they put honor amongst all things. If you fail in school and don't have a good job, you dishonor your family, and that matters. You know, and what's happened to honor? Do we even have it anymore? Does anybody have it? I mean, the politicians are setting the tone now that it doesn't matter. How many have gone to jail? How many have been caught with their hands in the cookie jar? And you know, we elect them over and over again. It's okay to be dishonorable all of a sudden. It's crazy. Remember methanol, corn oil. Yes, absolutely. Corn oil. Yeah, plants too. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to keep up with the comments.
Maria's a teacher, but she's a good teacher. She's been teaching forever. She was teaching before you didn't need to have a degree.
Yeah. And today's teachers keep teaching propaganda and indoctrination. It's true. I mean, I know wonderful teachers who are forced to teach age inappropriate sex ed.
Well, I know plenty of people like that won't. That won't.
Yeah. Have you ever gone to school? Len is saying, have you ever gone into a Chinese takeout and seen the little kids sitting here doing homework? We don't have that anymore. Absolutely true. Their parents, they are in school 6 days a week. Yeah, their parents don't let up on them. And I think that's important. Our parents have given up. You know, they're trying to destroy the nuclear family. That's the education system. Chinese still have functional families. Credit to Muslims, they still do too. Right.
Listen, I say it all about the Hasidics. I am envious of what, and I know every religion and every group has something wrong. There's something shady going on, but I give it to them. They all have family value, and they take care of each other's kids, and very nice.
Dominic says a mouthful. You know, Common Core has dumbed down kids. It is they don't understand simple math anymore.
They dumb down us as adults. Parents, I had no idea what a circle is with 1 million dots in it. When are you going to work in an accounting firm? Can you imagine your accountant with a circle with some dots doing your taxes? You'd be in fucking jail. What are you drawing? The number 2? No, your cell, because that's where you're going. Your cell.
I can just picture it now. How come you haven't finished with those taxes? There were circles and lines and dots. Arrows. Oh my God, that's Common Core is terrible. Not from a teacher, ladies and gentlemen. Agree. Oh my gosh.
Is it still around?
Remember the days of going into the fruit store? The guy wrote all the figures down on a paper bag and it ended up in 60 seconds. My daughter used to do that. Jennifer
would still add up numbers. Me and Doug would sit there, no calculator, every day.
I mean, Jennifer could come into your house and measure with her eyeballs how many square feet of tile you needed. And then her son got introduced to Common Core, and all of us lost IQ points.
And now he loves lion burgers.
I can't. Well, this is a little bit sadder. It is definitely a life fail, but these are Chicago's legislators talking smack about Walmart specifically, who was closing some stores in the area. Watch this.
Wonder why?
Yes, sir.
Our communities look like they look. That we have violence every single day.
Speak the truth.
It is just not on us. It is on the corporate citizens that come into our community and ravage our community. And Walmart, you should be absolutely ashamed of yourself. You are the reason that our communities lack the investment that they have. We should not have to go out of our communities to find jobs. We should not have to go out of our communities to get medicine. We should not go out of our communities to be able to shop. We should be able to do all of this in our community.
Right here.
We deserve. We deserve.
And we deserve
to be able to shop.
Yes, sir.
Work. Play.
Yes.
In our own community.
Okay. So it's Walmart's fault that they had to, close the stores, because they're just bad people. All right, we still have some comments from the other video. Homeschool, shut the schools instead of pay parents to stay at home. I agree that we need to do that. Parents have power. They should be present in PTA and elementary.
That's the next step. So.
Well, what else is the next step? How about if teachers started getting involved in their elections of their unions? Because it is the teachers union that has all the politicians by the short here.
And you don't think it's rigged?
Well, I think that every election can be rigged. But again, if we just say, okay, it's all rigged, we're not going to do anything about it, then this is what we get. We get Common Core, all that. Going to ShopRite, have the bill say 11:15, give them 20:15, and watch what happens.
Oh, yeah. I do that for adults now because they're just stones.
Yeah. Oh, it's the store's fault. Yeah, it's the store's fault. Well, I'm going to show you a video in a second. Where are the BLM when they're robbing the stores blind? Well, let's just see. Here's a young woman in Walmart in Chicago. Watch.
Every grocery store looks like this. Everything is either on the floor. Look at this. Can't even get no fucking food for my kids, G. Look at this. Came in the store to try to buy something because I'm not a thief. Look at this. In my hood, can't even get no food for my kids. Babies need milk. Can't even get nothing for my kids, bro. I feel like an animal, and black people made me feel like an animal. Y'all did this to us. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the store. Look at this. But this is what we're fighting for. This is honoring George Floyd. People who already couldn't feed their kids, now they really can't feed their kids. Look at this. I am so devastated right now. I am so devastated right now, G. This is not okay. For us to have to live like this, we do stupid shit like this all the time, and we so black proud. We so black and proud that we ain't gonna never be honest and be real about what's really going on. Y'all are so wrong for this. You came in your neighborhood and fucked up your shit.
I actually started to tear up, and I knew that was going to happen, and it's not funny, but I will say one thing. It's still there. Let's go. Because your friend didn't take it. Well, I mean, obviously there's something left there because it's gross. She's right. I had to make it. I literally was gonna. You know me. I cried. I was starting to cry, and I couldn't cry because I would look like a sissy here. So I had to make a joke. But there's no.
Listen, you don't have to explain yourself. This is a comedy show.
Everyone knows who I am. So, but it was emotional and very sad, and she's absolutely right.
Yeah, and she said it all. Right there, this is it. This is the reason that they shut the Walmarts. This is the exact reason. Why should a corporation stay open to have all their goods not only stolen? Right, it's one thing you go in and you're stealing all the food. That was devastation, and that is that thing that the BLM and all these protesters don't understand. When they do this, they're destroying their own neighborhood. They're tearing down the minority community. They're tearing down poor people who can't afford.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
Why would you burn down your own CVS? Then you're going to go look for party supplies, and it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Why? You're shitting where you eat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Everyone deserves, but they do not earn. That's right. And they did the opposite of learn, Maria. They actually destroyed what was there. Walmart invested in their community. That Walmart employed people in the community, and this was the gratitude that the community showed to Walmart. So we like to talk about corporate greed and corporate corruption and the big corporations. Well, the big corporations are made up of little people, and those little people get paychecks from these corporations, and they provide a service to the community. And as long as our young people don't understand how that all works, then this is what we're going to have. And that poor mother couldn't feed her kids, and that's ridiculous. We're going to go back a little bit to the teachers union is the most powerful union today. I'm going to work early tomorrow to hand out flyers. We don't get to vote. Oh, really? You don't get to vote in who your union reps are? How is that possible? Our culture is choking itself to death. No accountability, no responsibility. Just blame someone else. So heartbreaking. That's from Cynthia. Good to see you, Cynthia. That's what happens when Democrats have full control of your city. Sad, and the voters did it to themselves. You know what, Dominic? You're absolutely right, because they got rid of Lori Lightfoot and they put in somebody who campaigned on defunding the police. So we're going to have less police and more looting, and what? She can blame her own people. She said it, Bobby, in the video. She said Black people did this. She said, you're all supposedly rioting and looting to uphold the name or what happened to George Floyd.
Everybody.
Yeah, and in the meanwhile, you're taking down our whole community. Chicago is hosting the National Democratic Convention, calling Chicago an example of the ideology of success. Well, look at Joe Biden. Today he announced he's running again because he needs to finish the job. He's running again. And Kamala's going to be his vice president because he needs to finish the job.
But that just goes to show you how delusional they are.
Well,
when you actually don't, it's like our mayor before, douchebag de Blasio, ran for president, had 7 people in wherever, in Idaho, wherever, Ohio,
Iowa,
and kept running because in their brains, these are narcissists.
Well, I talk to people who think Biden is doing a fantastic job. So I don't know how to even respond to that. We're not supposed to say Blacks are the problem. Don't you know that's wrong? Oh, but look what's going on. Well, you know what? I don't think that you can say one racial group is the problem. I think the problem is whoever is behind this looting. And when you take a look at it, it is mixed. It's a mixed bag. But what's for sure is they're all young.
But it's anything with an abundance of crime. Like You know, you have the white school shooters, the males, like they're making white males look, you know, this is like, it happens. And
well, the school shooters have all been, a lot of them have been trans these last few. No, a bunch have been trans. So it's the agenda of keeping us terrified.
Exactly.
None of this is real. The agenda of the left is to keep us terrified, because if we're terrified, when they say we got to get rid of the guns, we're, the majority of people are going to go, oh yeah, get rid of the guns. The guns are bad, and they're going to disarm us.
Because all the guns that kill everybody are legal.
And Ralph will be the first one. Ralph will write a novel on here about how, the Nazis took away the guns first. Closed the businesses, took away the guns. So Bob Kelly's with us in New York City.
Bob, you better call me. I'm still waiting for your phone call. I thought about it yesterday.
In New York City, 377 perps were arrested for over 6,000 shoplifting offenses. Just 377. Think about that. But Donald Trump is being indicted.
Not even arrested. How many of the 377 were persecuted?
Yeah, right.
2?
Yeah, none.
2, just so you know.
Beetlejuice, and now another moron in office in Chicago. That is so the truth. Dominic thinks you're funny, Jen. We all think you're funny. Sorry for spelling mistakes. You don't have to apologize for spelling mistakes. We know that you went to school during the good old days and know how to spell. A woman with her eyes open. She certainly was. Go for it and put lion exotic delicacy. Hang on. You get a drum beat. Oh, I love it. Corporations hire. That's right. I mean, without corporations, who's going to employ people? Not that anybody wants to work, but they're the ones that's how it works, right? You form a company, the company offers a service or a product, it becomes a bigger company because people like the product or the service, and so they open up more stores, and those stores hire people to service, and they get paychecks.
Well, let me tell you something. If one of those people actually had an idea and put it to good use and it blew up and they became a millionaire, their whole thing would change. Then they would employing a little person. There's laziness in this country, and that's the problem. They believe that the people that have worked their asses off to get where they are, who employ all the little people like us, they think that they should not have anything in life. But hello, where would you be? Where would you be? And I know the government gives you everything, but the government can't give you anything without those people's money. Without their money and their tax-paying dollars, you're getting shit.
Yeah.
So whether you want to work or not, you're not getting anything.
And the people that are trying to turn the world upside down right now are young people who don't understand how this all works. They don't understand.
Is this in your liberal college?
Yeah, well, there you go. They're all liberal. I don't care. Even the Catholic college is a liberal.
Hey, don't talk about Lynn that way.
No college where I told your son his priority in college is to keep up a 3.5 GPA to keep his whatever. What did he get?
His academic scholarship? No, you need a 1.5 or something.
All
and
right.
I almost fell off my seat when we went to the meeting. I go, what? What he needs it was a 1.3. I go, he needs to keep a 1.3 to keep his $80,000 academic scholarship, not financial aid, academic scholarship.
Right.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, I told him.
I just heard him. I thought it was like, I'm like, what?
I told him stay drunk and chase skirts. That's his goal in college.
That's all he has to do to keep that average.
Don't listen to anything any of the professors have to say because they're all crazy. There would be more killing on Staten Island train. Oh yeah, we had a stabbing on a Staten Island train. Maria says we vote, but it doesn't work. The voting system for the political user is fixed. Leader is fixed. I gotcha, Maria. So you guys got to figure out what you've got to do. I know we've got a bigger issue in the country with voting, but you got to figure out a way to get rid of
paper ballots. You get someone's grandma that you don't even know and let her tally it all up. That's it. You can't use a machine. You can't use the people that are in the union, that are head of the union, to do anything because they're going to lie.
Right, especially if they're using Dominion to count their votes.
Oh, now we're really getting canceled.
like that black woman said at the hearing against Bragg, she's leaving the plantation if of the Democratic Party. Well, you know what? I think that we're seeing a lot of African Americans leave the Democrat Party. I think that Trump got a lot of African Americans to leave the Democrat Party and to start thinking that they have been nothing but used by the Democrat Party. A lot of people are independents now. Go ahead.
I saw a commercial the other day. African Americans were talking about the menthol cigarette ban, how it's against them, and blah blah blah. Now I'm looking, and now pot's legal, right?
Yeah.
So everyone smokes pot now, but the majority used to be African Americans. One joint is equal to a pack of cigarettes. So now we've allowed that to be legal, so you can smoke that. You can have a joint anytime you want. So isn't that killing? Literally, like, you're going the opposite now. Now you're trying to wipe them out.
Right.
But why doesn't anyone say it?
It doesn't matter if you say it. It's what it's come down.
See it.
Nothing is real.
About menthol cigarettes, but everyone is. The kids, they did it for the kids. No, they didn't.
Right.
But now you're making weed. You've spent decades saying how weed is a gateway drug.
Yep.
Weed will cause cancer. There's been studies at Harvard and Yale and whatnot about how one joint equals a pack of cigarettes, but yet now everyone can smoke it. So what are you trying to do?
Well, they're trying to dumb down America. That's the whole goal.
They're trying to kill America. COVID didn't work. Although many people think it did. So here you go. Here's weed. Smoke it, get lung cancer, kill yourselves, drive while you're high. They're lacing it with fentanyl. Cigarettes aren't laced with fentanyl. Menthol cigarettes aren't laced with fentanyl. Miley's aren't laced with fentanyl. Or all of a sudden pot is, but it's still legal.
Well, because the goal here, look, let's just think about what's going on here. I put a lot of the comments up on the screen, even though I didn't read them so that you could see them. Off Topic Girls, stop at Trackside Saturday. Great band playing. Oh, okay. Wait, Tom McMurray. Hi, Tom. People kill people. Guns don't kill people. That's absolutely right. It's probably Trump's fault the Walmart went down. So listen, let's think about it. Now let's wrap our head around something. What's going on? Okay. We start in the schools with introducing Common Core, which makes absolutely no sense, right? It's illogical. It makes no sense, but everybody adopted it. And parents think that they're going crazy, that they have to teach.
They're stupid.
Right. We have follow the science in COVID so that we could get locked down. Our rights could be taken away. And we were forced to take a vaccine that now you're going to see later on in Germany. Actually, they're paying out people for vaccine injuries from the vaccine. So they took our rights away with that. Now we're seeing all of these Soros-backed DAs in big cities who are not prosecuting crimes. And we're seeing crime soar in all the big cities while they're pretending that it's actually going down. We have pot legal all over the place. So cigarettes not, right? Flavored, Eve cigs not, right, for the kids. But pot is legal.
They are. E-cigs, you can't have flavors. So everyone's selling them illegally.
Right. But pot is legal. Cigarettes not.
If you have all these people mentally distraught from COVID, after you locked them in their houses, made them lose their jobs, now you're giving them drugs.
The liquor stores were kept open. So think about it. Think about this globally. This is a move by the elitists to take away our rights. This is I don't care if you call me a conspiracy theorist or not. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm just stating facts. These are facts. So what happens if they can get, they're plying us, every commercial on television, on the internet is for Candy Crush. And I know I'm going to get comments about this, Candy Crush and TikTok and all these other games that the Chinese have introduced here that keep you playing on the phone for hours and hours and hours and hours, just depleting your brain cells, right? Nobody wants to work anymore. Nobody can find anybody to work. What's going on? They want to take America down, because once America goes down, then the other countries can come up. And we've seen it already. We saw Venezuela, we saw Iraq, we saw Russia, we saw China, all getting together to introduce a new currency. The writing's on the wall. So anything that doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense intentionally. Oh, and the biggest one, follow the science. And now all of a sudden, men can have babies. Come on. They're trying to destroy the American culture.
But why? Why?
Because if America goes down, the pesky American workers and their civil rights and their human rights, and you have to test the water, and you have to have filters on your this or your that or your other thing. There are so many restrictions to protect the public in America that these other countries are cannot get up off the ground, right? So they want their workers to be able to work without wanting these rights, the rights of fresh water, the rights to food, the rights to own guns. I mean, the only reason that the Japanese didn't come further in during Pearl Harbor was because America has the largest army in the world, because Americans have guns and are allowed to have guns. And as long as we can defend ourselves with our guns, nobody can take us over. That is why they're so hot to get rid of our guns. Joe Biden and the left is selling America short so that other countries, the globalization of the economy, can take hold. And that's what they've wanted for years. Nobody has appreciated America because we spread democracy. We go to other countries, we fight their wars, and the whole goal was to spread democracy. Not anymore. We hang out with dictators now, and it's really.
Well, we still fight their wars. We can't fight we don't stick up for our own people. So.
That's right. Martin Lee. Yankees on hold, so I'm here ready for my friends. And the professor's with us. Hi, Professor. Oh, I didn't know we were competing with the Yankee game. There's a lot of responsibility running a company. These kids don't have any idea. Taxes, insurance. It's true. My little company cost me a bundle just for a couple of clients. I'm trying to get rid of clients, and it still costs me a ton of money to run the company. Just found lion meat is very expensive and exotic delicacy. Yes, costs more than caviar. Professors. Okay. If he keeps that up, he will be able to be president. The skirt chasing stuff. Have a supply of cigars. Oh, we're talking about Ty. Oh, I'm really behind in these comments. Okay. No more mail-in ballots.
You ran out of videos? You done?
No, I have videos. I have plenty of videos. All right. I'm going to let you guys read. I can't even keep up with these. I'm going to let you. Hold on. Russia and China are now in competition to take over America. America is strongest navally, not army. Right. Always leave it to the professor to tell us. Now our military needs safe spaces. Yeah, that's scary. All about funneling money to special interests. This is true. Tony Whitaker, they want to control us.
I just saw her daughter. She came into my office the other day to say hello.
Okay. Yeah, they want to enslave us all. All right. So, where were we? Okay. So, Tucker Carlson, we said this earlier, Tucker Carlson and Fox have parted ways. Talk about a fail. Watch this.
Federal regulation in terms of what's allowed on air and what isn't. And when you look at what Tucker Carlson and some of these other folks on Fox do, it is very, very clearly incitement of violence. Very clearly incitement of violence. And that is the line that I think we have to be willing to contend with.
That was New York progressive Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez being interviewed by MSNBC host and former White House press secretary Jen Psaki. Now that news is out that Tucker Carlson and Fox are actually parting ways, Daily Caller chief national correspondent Henry Rogers noted on Twitter, Fox's stock has plummeted, bad for business indeed.
So they lost $1 billion in stock yesterday. So everybody is trying to figure out what went with Tucker Carlson. Some people are saying it was a deal with Dominion that either
the lawsuit would have cost them more. But then Don Lemon was fired from CNN.
Well, but he was fired from CNN because he's just an idiot.
Oh.
He's an idiot that was hostile to the female workers.
But I feel like it was tit for tat, almost like it was like a coincidence.
Just happened at the same time.
Well, the same day.
Yeah.
Kind of weird.
But Don Lemon was on his way out. Tucker Carlson had the highest ratings of anybody in that time slot.
There's something going on with Fox, and you always say it.
Yeah. Well, do you think that this might have had something to do with it? Watch.
By diving deep into the waters of conspiracy and cherry picking from thousands of hours of security footage, Mr. Carlson told the bold-faced lie that the Capitol attack, which we all saw with our own eyes, was somehow not an attack at all. He tried to argue it was nothing more than a peaceful sightseeing tour. Can you imagine? A nonviolent demonstration, a perfectly fine and appropriate instance of people expressing their opinion. I, so many others who were here in the Capitol, and millions of Americans are just furious with Tucker Carlson and Kevin McCarthy today. To say January 6th was not violent is a lie pure and simple. I don't think I've ever seen a primetime cable news anchor manipulate his viewers the way Mr. Carlson did last night. I don't think I've ever seen an anchor treat the American people and American democracy with such disdain. And he's going to come back tonight with another segment. Fox News should tell him not to. Fox News, Rupert Murdoch, tell Carlson not to run a second segment of lies. You know it's a lie. You've admitted it's a lie. Speaker McCarthy's decision to share security footage with Fox looked like a mistake from the very beginning. But after last night, it looks like a disaster. Speaker McCarthy has played a treacherous game by catering to the hard right. He's enabled the big lie and has further eroded away at our precious democracy. When people don't believe elections are on the level, that's the beginning of the end of this bold experiment in democracy that has gone on for more than 200 years.
Who wrote that speech for him? The lady that changes his diapers?
Well, that's the big lie. The big lie is that a democracy is ending because the January 6th occurred. And so, as Debbie says, was that a coincidence after AOC spoke? Where is all the violence she's talking about?
There are more deaths in New York City, 100 times more,
right,
on a monthly basis.
In Chicago,
in America, by criminals that are let out on their own. What is it called? I can't think of the word. Recognizance. They're let out. They're not punished. So those people are killing everybody. But how many people died on January 6th? And actually, the guard killed one woman. The other one was ruled.
Well, the cops that died all died afterwards. They did not die there, and none of them died because of January 6th.
But nobody puts that into account.
Well, but here's the thing. Schumer spoke out and said, don't air the second segment. And guess what? The second segment didn't air. So what's going on? I'm going to show you what the segment was. Schumer and AOC had an inside track. I don't know that. I think that Rupert Murdoch caved. I think that he knew that he was getting there. There was pressure, and we're going to show you what the segment was. They can't handle the truth. Disgusting. That's right. The truth. He is so vile. They didn't believe Trump's win wasn't fixed. That's right. No guns at January 6th. Not one armed person at January 6th. Tucker revealed too much, so they had to let him go. And that's what I think it was. And here is
and this is where we get canceled.
All right, maybe. And I'm waiting to the end to show it. Oh, before I do, let me show this, because these two things in itself is enough for them to, I think, to stop us, probably. So one is the COVID and one is Carlson. But just so let's go back a minute. Here, Germany pays hundreds of corona vaccine claims. Okay, apparently the corona vaccine can cause extreme side effects as well as deaths. States have exempted the pharmaceutical industry from obligation. A big country is compensating for vaccine damages. Okay, so that was that vaccine that everybody was mandated to get. So, all right, so without further ado, here's the segment on Tucker that Tucker played.
These are the pictures you've seen of January 6th. They're familiar because they've been playing on a loop on every media outlet in America for the last 2 years. There's a reason for that. But it turns out there's quite a bit of video you haven't seen. And that video tells a very different story about what happened on January 6th. More than 40,000 hours of surveillance footage from in and around the Capitol have been withheld from the public. And once you see the video, you'll understand why. Taken as a whole, the video record does not support the claim that January 6th was an insurrection. In fact, it demolishes that claim. And that's exactly why the Democratic Party and its allies in the media prevented you from seeing it. By controlling the images you were allowed to view from January 6th, they controlled how the public understood that day. They could lie about what happened, and you would never know the difference. Those lies had a purpose. They created a pretext for a federal crackdown on opponents of the Uniparty in Washington.
Our office wanted to ensure that there was shock and awe, that we could charge as many people as possible.
The first thing you notice from viewing the full video record of January 6th is just how many people entered the Capitol building that day. Hundreds and hundreds of people, possibly thousands, over the course of about 2 hours. The crowd was enormous. A small percentage of them were hooligans. They committed vandalism. You've seen their pictures again and again. But the overwhelming majority weren't. They were peaceful. They were orderly and meek. These were not insurrectionists. They were sightseers. Footage from inside the Capitol overturns the story you've heard about January 6th. Protesters queue up in neat little lines. They give each other tours outside the Speaker's office. They take cheerful selfies and they smile. They're not destroying the Capitol. They obviously revere the Capitol. They're there because they believe the election was stolen from them. They believe in the system. Here's the man you've heard referred to as the QAnon shaman outside the Senate chamber. These are not rioters. These are people who wandered over from a political rally.
We will not let them silence your voices.
After the rally, they walked down Pennsylvania Avenue, where organizers had secured a federal permit to hold a legal rally on the grounds of the Capitol.
I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard.
Once at the Capitol building, things began to get chaotic. Capitol police officers fired tear gas into the crowd. A few at the front of the herd broke windows. Someone opened the doors, and many hundreds of others just walked in.
They're going to make that the story.
Of course, they did make it the story. And at the center of it, the single most famous person arrested that day was a Navy veteran from Arizona called Jacob Chansley, often referred to as the QAnon shaman.
The so-called QAnon shaman.
QAnon shaman. Someone named Q Shaman.
Jacob Chansley became the face of January 6th, a dangerous conspiracy theorist dressed in outlandish costume who led the violent insurrection to overthrow American democracy. For these crimes, Chansley was sentenced to nearly 4 years in prison, far more time than many violent criminals now receive. What did Jacob Chansley do to receive this punishment? To this day, there is dispute over how Chansley got into the Capitol building. But according to our review of the internal surveillance video, it is very clear what happened once he got inside. Virtually every moment of his time inside the Capitol was caught on tape. The tapes show that Capitol Police never stopped Jacob Chansley. They helped him. They acted as his tour guides. Here's video of Chansley in the Senate chamber. Capitol Police officers take him to multiple entrances and even try to open locked doors for him. We counted at least 9 officers who were within touching distance of unarmed Jacob Chansley. Not one of them even tried to slow him down. Chansley understood that Capitol Police were his allies. Video shows him giving thanks for them in a prayer on the floor of the Senate. Watch.
Thank you, Heavenly Father, for giving the inspiration needed to these police officers to allow us in this building.
Contrast the reality of what Jacob Chansley did in the Capitol building on January 6th, the indisputable facts recorded on video, some of which has never before been seen, with a depiction of Jacob Chansley that you've seen in the media for more than 2 years. He's a terrorist, they said. He should be killed.
Shoot him. Shoot him. Like, you burst into the United States, if he was dressed like bin Laden, would you have shot him?
Shoot him. Shoot him. It makes you wonder, who are the violent extremists here? Not Jacob Chansley, and the video proves that. But you would never have known from the media coverage.
The people sitting in the chairs need to be sitting in a jail cell.
Chansley is in a jail cell. He's been there for months. If he was in fact committing such a grave crime, why didn't the officers who were standing right next to him place him under arrest? Until now, no one could even prove that even happened. But it did.
Yeah. Yep, that's what I figured. I tried to post that video from YouTube. It's a YouTube clip. I tried to post it on Facebook, and it warns me before I even
I'm gonna make plans for next Tuesday. I'm going out. But I will tell you, they want to say Trump riled them up. He went on, but the head of the BLM did the same thing to her crew.
Yep.
And they all went, and cops, Molotovs were thrown at cops. And I want to see how many of those people are in jail sitting there.
Nobody.
He was a moron for putting the horns on. If he didn't have those horns on, no one would have ever known even who he was.
But the fact that the police could have stopped him at any time.
But also, Nancy Pelosi was told about this weeks before,
right,
to get police present, and she didn't.
That's it. And here Debbie sums it up perfectly. January 6th is Biden's mantra for re-election, that and abortion. So Tucker cannot be allowed to interfere with the Biden run. I repeat, he cannot be allowed. How come when George Stephanopoulos asked if she was scared, she said no? No one has been charged with insurrection, right? Because the one who should be charged with insurrection right now is Biden. Traitorous for selling
their own agenda.
Yeah, to the Chinese. I've never seen or known about any of this. News to me. Well, that's exactly it, Martin. So that's why Tucker was fired. Well, not fired. That's why I'm gonna believe that the conversation with him and the Murdochs were, listen, you can't show the second segment. And he said, bullshit, the people have a right to know. The truth is the truth. Why didn't they, the January 6th committee, allow any of this video out? And I've got to tell you something. If you go on Reddit, if you went on Facebook, if you went on Instagram early on, these clips were there.
Okay.
I mean,
they're freezing you now. They're trying to freeze you.
They're freezing me again. Yeah, share it. I can't share it, Colleen. When I tried to share it, they stopped me before I got to share it on Facebook. Don't forget they throw Molotovs, but they got 21,000 by the city. Yeah, Martha Raddatz. That's the one.
More windows in New York City, Chicago, South Carolina on King Street. They broke more windows than any damage was done to the Capitol.
Absolutely, that's right. But it's there. It's going to make everybody afraid to stand up to the government. That's the whole idea.
But Schumer said the best thing. You're going to make people believe. So you're going to take his voice away, but your voices are still there to make the people believe. Do you understand what I'm saying? He's saying like he can't air that because people are believing this propaganda.
That's right. That's right.
He's
saying that's the big lie. You know, the big lie is that the election was stolen. The big lie was that this was not an insurrection.
But no one's allowed to have their own opinion anymore. You're not allowed. No opinions.
That they want to make sure that we never have another uprising in this country, no matter how often they step on the Constitution. And by making people so afraid that they'll lose their job if they talk about it. Look, you just did it. Goodbye to our viewers, because we know that somehow this is going to be tagged and it's going to be taken down, and this show is not going to be shown to people. I know that when I tried to put that clip from YouTube, anybody Google Tucker Carlson January 6th, and I think it's Here's What Really Happened on January 6th, and it's a YouTube clip. It's 5 minutes long, and they wouldn't allow me. As soon as I went
Someone
to post
needs to rent the big screen in Times Square and show it.
Yeah,
Someone
but
needs
it's
to
not.
pay that
Who's
money.
the someone? Nobody's going to do it because they're afraid. Because that's why Carlson and the Murdochs parted
Trump
ways.
needs to do it. Put it on your building. Put it on your building.
Yeah, but who's going to do it? We're all told the day before that Antifa was infiltrating. First time we were told that, and first time there was
I
violence.
saw them. The same people that tried to beat me up in
That's
front
right.
of Trump's building were there.
That's right. And we were there, and what we saw on our side was exactly what Tucker was showing about the peaceful, people walk. I mean, it was like kumbaya on that lawn.
We were on the opposite side.
Yeah.
Where everyone fit. And they went on the side where it was only the street, where you can only fit a certain amount of people. They never filmed back there where you could fit thousands by the reflection pool.
Yeah.
They didn't show that.
Oh, don't forget about the uranium to Russia via Hillary. It's true. Another traitor. I was telling Martin to share with his people since it's the first he saw it. Oh, okay, got it. You ladies have done it again. Well, I don't know. No more facts allowed. That's true. No more truth. There can't be truth. There can only be the loony left's truth, which ultimately will have us all giving up our guns, living in fear of disease, living in fear, needing vaccines, needing big pharma, needing, it's crazy that this is happening in America. And what has happened with Tucker Carlson, I think, is a milestone here, because the #1 rated prime time political television host getting taken down, and it's
they pulled a Roseanne on him. They pulled a Roseanne on him.
Right. There's not a two types of justice. There is no justice. Correct. Wow. This is why I tune in. Enlightening. I'm glad, Martin, because the problem is that all those people who were saying, calling me and Jennifer insurrectionists for being there.
I was on an HBO special.
All those people saying that we wanted the
you were picking the fence up when I probably still have, you're like, get rid of all the, like, just in case. I'm like, no, we didn't do anything. Right. You were picking the fence up.
I was rolling the fence because it was trampled.
Fixing it because people were tripping over it.
Yes. And I didn't want anybody hurt, and I didn't want anything destroyed because it was our capital. When the Bill of Rights is removed from the Constitution, that's when everybody will. Scott Lebedo is now not allowed to post live videos anymore. Tony agrees with you. Vera posted on Rumble. Yes, it is posted on Rumble. Thank God for Rumble. And that's why I'm hoping Rumble will keep us up. YouTube is probably going to take it out. Are we not going to mention how funny my comment was? Your comment was very funny. I'm sorry. Hold on. John Curley's
come here, John. Let me coddle you. Come here.
Hold on. In the immortal words of Socrates, wait, I drank what? Excellent, John. It was an excellent comment. Now I read it out loud. Bobby, to see you guys next Tuesday. Oh yeah, we're going over. They want everybody jailed for that day to stay in jail. Tucker released footage and some got freed. The left doesn't like that. Absolutely. And they want to make sure they're protected, not us. They will replace him just like Bill O'Reilly was replaced by Tucker. Yes, agreed. But that's the problem. Who's going to watch? Again, this was called Life Fail. And that's, just like Budweiser.
There has to be something in it for them to do it, because they're going to now have no viewers. Now it's going to be Newsmax. Newsmax is going to be the next Fox.
Newsmax and OAN. Well, what's in it for them is they believe that since all these big lies have been gobbled up by so much of the American public, that they'll just forget, because that's what we do. We forget and we go back to the things that we like. And this is what they're counting on. All right.
She's texting me.
Okay. I think Bongino left for the same reason. Absolutely. Stop at Trackside Saturday, girls. Great show. I will. For sale. That's right. I never watch Fox. All right, everybody. It was a great show. Thanks, everybody. Jen, you're beautiful as always. Any
You're
parting
beautiful.
words? All right. You got to
No,
go.
I have no final words.
All right, everybody, give us a rumble. If you're watching on Rumble, give us like us, share it, share this one. Let's see how many shares we can get.
They're all gonna lose their Facebook account.
Let's get it out there. Share it on YouTube and Rumble. You don't have to share it on Facebook.
Private message them. I don't think the private messages cancel it out, do they?
Yeah, I don't know. All right, Newsmax.
Instagram, TikTok doesn't. Believe it or not, TikTok does not ban.
Yeah, well,
I'm allowed to pay for my political videos. Pay them $20 and they promote them.
I got it. All right. See you all next Tuesday. Bye, everyone.